Howdy, howdy, everybody out there in YouTube land. We are back and we are live, and there are things happening, and I want to share all these things with you today. Now, of course, this is an impromptu live. We finally got our shirt. Finally, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about WonderTwist Entertainment, and we're going to be talking about all sorts of fun things. So, if you're here joining us today, just go ahead and comment down below, and we're just going to hang out and have some fun, because that's what we do here on the channel. I'm going to set this off to the side somewhere. My setup is not a setup anymore. I don't even know what's going on with life. I haven't been doing YouTube. I've been out in the wilds. Yes, out in the wilds, doing all sorts of fun and exciting things. I've got a mess everywhere. So, hold on 1 second here. So we make sure. Okay, yeah, there's that. Anyway, so we're gonna jump onto YouTube, make sure my live is working, make sure my sound is good, and we're gonna check in with some things. Like I said, I don't even have my microphone hooked up. It's cuckoo bananas around here, I tell you what. But it's fun times because there are things happening in my world, and I'd like to share them with you. Let's take a look, view channel. Sounds great though, so I'm okay with that. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I got the live chat brought up here on my phone, so I can see that independently. We're going to be working around the studio because I do want to set up something here for you guys so you can see what's going on. That light behind me, I don't like that at all. So I do apologize for that. Um, I have my lighting still set up for my camera that's over here. So I don't even have, usually I have my station set up, and I don't even have that anymore because things have been moved around and things are happening, right? Anyway, so here's what I do. WonderTwist Entertainment is what I really want to talk about. This is my business that has started. But let me get some lighting fixed here first. So if you're here for the excitement, that just fell off the table and landed straight up. That's why the wonder is happening already. Right there. Boom. That's how I set up shop when I go out about it. It remembers. It has a memory. I just put that down. I open up the binder with the pictures set up. QR code right on there. We'll get into all that. And that's it. Then I go to work. I've got my go bag right here. This is it. When I go to work, this is it. I take the book and I take the bag and I get to work. So let me get some lighting happening here for you guys, so it looks a little bit better at least. I am still here. If you can hear me, I still exist in the background. I'm far away now, though. I'm turning off this light that's over here. Okay, coming back around. And that light is, oof, that's tripping me out. Why are you doing that? Stop it. Ah. This is so weird. I think I've dropped it. It kept falling over for some reason, but it's blinking too much for my liking. So here's where things get really weird is because this light, the one that's over here that's on, has been on. Oh, and I still got a reflection over there. Maybe I can move it. I don't know. So yeah, this light that's flashing right down here has been on. Like I leave that on as a because I'm silly and I leave it on. This light has been off. And so I go to turn it on and the light bulb's flickering. Who knows what's happening? Okay, so that's a little bit better to some degree. We'll get back into it. We'll get the setup back going. So WonderTwist Entertainment. This is my binder, and it's not everything that I can make, but it's like my starter kit. WonderTwist Entertainment. That is, of course, the logo. And then, want to add a plot twist? Then contact WonderTwist for your entertainment. Catchphrase. Over here, this is a work in progress too. I want to add some color to this text so it pops out a little bit more, kind of like I did down here with Funtastic. So obviously, scan the code for more information. We accept cash and Cash App. We accept check and all sorts of fun things. So you can scan this code. I have this code on my phone as well. So it's my digital, my digital business card, and it has all my information right on there. And then down here, have a fantastic day because that's one of my sayings. And then I'm the performer, and then my phone number. Just so you know, that's my phone number. If you live in the area and you'd like me to do, some balloon animals for you, and basically, I have that on there because not everybody has a smartphone that can scan the QR code. But if you are just maybe you don't want to get into all the technology stuff, you still want a way to contact me, that's the best number that you can reach at. So what I do is I take that, I open it up, and I set it down on the table, on the floor, ground, whatever, and that way people can see it and scan it as I'm standing right behind it or in the vicinity. So this is the basic starter package. Again, these are things I'm going to have to update as we go along. But so I basically have the dog, I have the dinosaur, I have the sword, I have a turtle, I have a monkey bracelet, I have a unicorn, I have a kitty cat, which I struggle with. I have to practice that one more. I have a giraffe, and then I have a hat, and then I have a flower. Now, I just wanted to get 10 pictures out that I could do. And again, like I said, I just set this up like that right on the floor. And people can see it. And that's if it's really busy. If it's not busy, it's custom creation. So you basically give me an idea, and I can work off from what I have. Like everything has an alternative. The sword, I have three swords, two different versions. I do the regular sword, I do a fancy sword, and then I do a two-handed sword. So I have a lot of different options that I can do for each of those. The flower, I can either do a magic scepter or the flower, which with the flower, what I'll do is I create that design, and then I take a regular balloon, like the ones you'd blow up for a party, and I squeeze it down into a bulbous shape, like the top of a tulip. And then I can attach it to the top. So there's so many different options, so many different variabilities, and that's what I do. I can get hired, and I just go out and make balloon animals, and I'm starting to add my magic into that as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening there. I've done a couple of gigs already, and I'm getting paid, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it. So I hope that for anybody that's out there that wants to start getting into it, get your stuff and head out to the street and do it. We're going to make some balloon animals here in a little bit. You guys can make some suggestions and we can see what we can do. It's custom creation, right? So we just use the powers of wonder and imagination. Haha. Now, we're going to talk about the shirt. I got 3 people watching, so hello everybody out there. I'm not sure who they are here. On TikTok they tell us, but on here they don't. The Magic Orthodoxy shirt. If you guys are familiar with Magic Orthodoxy, please listen to this PSA. Not, if you don't want to invest money into getting things, it's really just because I had an experience that I wanted to share. I ordered this shirt in February. He goes through spring. I think it used to be Teespring. It took 6 months to get the shirt. I just got it in today, so I've already got it on. I just wanted to share that with everybody. I'm going to post that over on his page as well. I don't know if they fixed the problem. I just know that it took quite a while to get it. So I absolutely love this shirt. I'm going to actually add this into my 8-ball routine. So I'll have the shirt, and then I will also be doing my 8-ball stuff as well. So there's the cards. There's the prop that I can use. Do all sorts of fun stuff with that. It's gone. So yeah, so my manipulative object, really. So that's part of all of that setup. I'll have the shirt. And yeah, so why don't we go ahead and get into some balloon twisting for anybody who wants to jump on to see what we've got going on with my setup. Yeah, so this is my setup that I have here. I have multiple balloon pumps. I have extra balloons in the bag, and I just ordered some from Amazon, so I'm ready to go for September. Well, depending on how many gigs I book, I have all the balloons I need for September. I have multiple pumps. I think I have 5 pumps. I only take 2 or 3 of them to the gig. I haven't set up the bag for. This is just what was left over from my last gig. This is a small thing. If I were doing a half-hour party, this would probably be fine. You know, if you just wanted me to show up just to twist some balloons for people, this might be enough. But we definitely want to stack this up. I do 100 balloons, varying colors through here. I could fit more, but I figure 100's fine just to get started for the party. And if it goes longer, I can just take a quick recess and restock. No problems there. This is a nice little apron I picked up on Amazon. You could use it as a savant as well. It's so I could use it for magic, but I can't do both at the same time. It's not big enough. So if I were, let's say I did all the balloons first and I got rid of all the balloons, I could then just go right into a magic show using the bag. So, but that's very rarely something that's going to happen. So I might actually need to just still look into a second bag that I could do that with, or just figure out how to make one my own. But I do know that it does work for magic as well. So we do have somebody watching, and if you are curious, let me know. Do you want me to blow up a balloon and start twisting? We'll get something going right now. We can do it live and in color. Let's see here. My favorite color is purple. And let's talk while we're waiting. If somebody does want to comment, one of the favorite things that we've done, the unicorn's pretty popular, the sword is popular, dragons are super duper popular. People love the dragons. So that's one of the things. I'll put one together right now. Here's what I like to do is uh, cotton candy, right? That's going to be a light blue and a pink. Cotton candy is a pretty substantial color, substantial, popular color. And what we'll do is we're going to take the light blue for the horse part of it, or the dragon part rather. That's the unicorn that I was thinking about. Cotton candy unicorn is pretty good too. Ooh. Too many tacos, I'll tell you what. Anyway, so the way that we do our dragon has kind of evolved over time. This thing is not holding a lot of air, which could happen. It's been in the bag, so things like that do happen. So we're just going to do a tiny little dragon. Nothing fancy here. Well, it's fancy, and it's beautiful. I'll tell you what. As I tell people, the balloons will pop. They do it from time to time. A lot of different things can have play a role in that. For this particular thing, I try to stay on frame so you can actually watch the creation come to life right before your very eyes. So that's the dragon face. Rawr! Rawr! He doesn't breathe fire. He just kind of exists in his own little world here. Just like me. A lot of fun. The last gig that I did was 6 hours worth of twisting, balloon twisting. And yeah, it was a lot of kids, a lot of fun, a lot of other vendors just kind of running around doing some stuff. Okay, now you gotta work with what you got, right? So this is the dragon. Now I like to leave a little bit of a tail on there so they have something to hold on to. Rawr, that's just a little face there, a little tiny dragon. And another thing to note is that as you blow up the balloons, over time as they slowly deflate, what's really nice is when you can get them to deflate kind of all at the same time, or all of the little nubs, if they all deflate evenly, then it basically becomes a smaller and smaller version of what you've already created, which is really beautiful sometimes because then it just looks like the baby version. It's really cute. But again, keep in mind that if you're blowing up balloons, temperature plays a huge role in that, of course. The way you stock your balloons, just be extra careful. Now, what's interesting is that's definitely a little bit smaller than what we normally do, that particular dragon. We lost a lot of air with that. And normally I'm standing up and I'm outside, so I don't. So again, it's the same thing we talk about with our magic, is that it can potentially, you might, if you're sitting down versus standing up, it changes how you do things. Now, here's how I like to make my wings. I tie off the tail here. Gives us something a little bit to work with. So, nice little tie off, just doing a knot down here. Hold that down, then fold it in half, getting some even wings there. Then clip and twist. Give a little bit of a bend on both sides just to give it some texture. Now you come back over here. Now this part where you really kind of need to be careful, and the difference here is that this balloon blew up very well. This one lost a lot of air. So this is not what it wouldn't typically look like this. Then you go in where the front legs are, and you gently just twist the balloon in and around, which holds everything together. And then what happens is that it gets this little, because of the material on the balloon, you have more material going into that neck. And what it ends up doing is pushes a little bit forward, which is, I really like that, because what it does, it gives it a bend in the balloon, which you normally would have to do a different twist for, and it gives it this in motion kind of flight look. So there's just a little bit more dynamic. Now you can do more with your balloons, and I will sometimes do that when I'm in the wild, just to give it a little bit more texture and movement. But you hold on to the tail, and it gives you some, like it's flying. There's a little dragon. There you have it. Okay. Beautiful. So if you are on and you are watching this, you can either let me know live if you want me to make you something, or if you drop a comment down below later if you're watching this, just go ahead and let me know and I'll put up a video. Just twist it. Because we want to get the imagination flowing, right, to make different things. Because what I have something on the way. Some people are apparently calling me all of a sudden. I don't like that. And I thought I had my volume off, so I don't know why they're trying to call me. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, go ahead and let me know if you want me to make balloons. See, that's part of the thing about using your primary phone for doing videos, is that you can get interrupted. So that's why I don't typically like to use it to, like, if I'm doing videos, that's one thing, but I like to be live on the laptop because the interruption doesn't happen as much. And obviously, if I am doing a video and it comes across, it gets really wonky. Anyway, so I've shared all the things. This is the show shirt from Magic Orthodoxy. They may have fixed the problems. They might not. I don't know yet how that's going to go. I haven't ordered anything else because I've been waiting for this. Because I did ask them 6 months ago. I'm like, I'm really thinking about putting together my own designs, not for the purpose of selling, but for ordering purposes, so I have my own shirts. What's the viability of me being able to get these? And they're like, you'll have to wait and see. So 6 months. So there you go. I do appreciate anybody who did jump on and did watch briefly. Thank you very much. I hope to get back into doing the videos as we move along, especially getting into the colder months. We're going to be inside more, but I really hope to potentially use the channel as a way to broadcast and advertise what it is that I do. And I can't really do giveaways with the balloon animals, not over the internet, because these things will be incredibly fragile. And if I tried to send this to somebody, it just wouldn't it wouldn't make it. I just really don't think it'd be a good idea. So here's the shirt. Here's the WonderTwist Entertainment. This is what we've been doing recently. If I had more people on, I could just do more balloons. I could just make balloons for people to watch, and we could just chat, and it'd be a good time. Hopefully, we can build up to that in the future. I might jump over to TikTok to do that because there's a little bit more interaction over there. So thank you, everybody, and remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And hopefully, we see you in the next one. Okay, bye.